Hello gorgeous soul friends, welcome to my channel, Hannah DeVaux. Thank you so much for tuning in and for allowing me into your wondrous experience today. So this is your pick a card reading. What areas of life will you be seeing luck? You can pick between groups 1, 2, and 3. We have this rose quartz for group 1, the smoky quartz for group 2, and the clear quartz for group 3. So if you want to take a moment to really come into your center, take a breath, bring yourself into the present moment, and then make a decision. You can click the timestamp down below. It'll take you directly to your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, group 1, this is your set of cards. Let's look and see what you got here. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. 3 of Swords. Religious factors, recovery, purpose, not promise, and then imagination. So immediately right off the bat, I'm getting this energy where someone has possibly presented an idea, some kind of channeled information for some of you, like you may be a channeler yourself, or you may just be like an idealist. Maybe you're the one who kind of generates the ideas for your business or for your work. But I'm seeing where somebody here I'm seeing someone who taps into their imagination quite a bit. And it seems as though some of you may have presented some kind of information to someone, or you may have presented some kind of idea to someone very proudly. Like I think some of you were very proud of this idea, or you were very proud of this information, but it got shut down. Because that's what this 3 of Swords is. It's like a disappointment over some kind of idea that for some of you feel is like a part of your life's purpose, or it's just a part of your path. It may even have been like a team presentation, like you and another friend or something like that get together and, you tell your idea to another friend. I'm not quite sure, but I'm seeing where there's just this general sense of an idea that someone has and it gets shut down. And I think that this has already happened. Like you're in recovery mode currently as you're watching this video. But the message from the universe is saying the luck is going to come into this project or this idea. Because I'm seeing someone who's continuing to tamper with something that's already disappointed you once. So for some of you, this might even be a relationship, maybe a marriage, or maybe a family situation that has really been broken, or it's disappointed you in some way. It's really hurt you in some way. And I think that the luck is coming to that area. Wherever this disappointment is happening, this is where you're going to see a primary flow of that energy of abundance and healing and luck. Because it's something to do for some of you with either the home, like some of you may have had an idea to buy a home and then you presented it to a partner, a roommate, a friend, a family member, and they're like, that's a terrible idea. Or maybe it's like a business idea. You know what I mean? It's just someone who spontaneously gets this like calling to do something, but they're not getting the support that they need. And this is where you're going to be seeing the luck, is like in this area of life where you feel you're not getting support. Because you have this card that says, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So for some of you, this is in your sense of self. Like this has affected your sense of self, whatever this is. where you feel disappointed, where you feel hurt. Or maybe some of you even feel betrayed because you're like, you told me you would support me through everything. I'm hearing you told me you would support me through everything. And here you are, not supporting me through whatever whatever has happened in your life. Or whatever idea you've come up with, or whatever business you're trying to start, or whatever person you're trying to marry. You know, like I said, this can apply very differently because these readings are so general. But there's an area of life where you feel so let down and so disappointed that it's affected your sense of self-confidence. So the luck that's coming into your life during the time of you watching this video and going forward, it's going to be really applied to this sense of self and sense of purpose. You're conjuring up some great ideas here. Now, for some of you, you may have tried out these ideas, you may have executed these ideas, maybe they sounded better on paper than they were in action. But that's why you get up and try again. Because that's what recovery is. It's getting up and getting better and doing it again. Or some things maybe not. But with whatever this is, you know, getting up, getting better, and trying this again. So for some of you, maybe this applies to a relationship. Maybe there's been a marriage or a commitment of some kind. You feel divinely guided to this person. You know, even if it's not fully committed on a physical level, there's some kind of spiritual attraction here, but there's been some sort of like disappointment or some kind of heartbreak that's occurred. And I'm seeing where you're going to be seeing this luck energy or this kind of, I don't even really like to say luck, more so like the abundance energy, the energy of blessings. You're going to see it flow to that part of your life, your relationship, especially if you're in a relationship that has recently experienced some kind of disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, etc. I attract support from the universe. Yeah, like some of you are attracting a very good therapist. Or a doctor or something like that. Like for some of you, this might be involving your cardiac health or your cardiovascular health. Especially if you're experiencing some kind of cardiovascular issue. I'm picking up, for some of you, it might be like, what is the word? Like clogged arteries, blood clots. That's what I'm hearing. You may come into contact with some kind of doctor who is a specialist in this field. But either way, I'm seeing where there is luck coming to this area of life where you feel, for some of you, a sense of purposelessness or a sense of powerlessness. Like for some of you, all other areas of life are fine, except for this one thing. And it's so bad that it affects these other areas of life. It's affected your sense of purpose. And it's affected your sense of self. So if you want a piece of advice from Spirit and you're open to receiving a piece of advice, I would say really ground yourself during this time. Do the things that make you feel a sense of purpose, because I'm really getting the vibe here that someone has some kind of like really good idea, but it's not quite there yet. And that's why it got rejected by these people. Or that's why this idea may not have worked out initially. Or maybe this relationship didn't work out the first time because it wasn't quite there. Maybe for some of you, you needed more time to heal. Because for some of you, I'm seeing where maybe there was someone that you knew when you were young, like a child, or just like in high school. Maybe you went to church with this person, or I'm not quite sure. Some of you may have recovered from drugs with this individual or something like that, or recovered from like alcoholism with this individual. But there may be somebody who kind of comes back from like your childhood, or I'm seeing a high school sweetheart in particular, or people who knew each other in high school and went to church together. Like there's something involving church that's like very prevalent in this reading. I'm seeing high school sweethearts that didn't work out the first time. They come back together and possibly make things work. And like, it wasn't quite there during that time because you were both so young. Or like something didn't quite work out because you were both not really in a good place. Maybe you were both hardcore drug users. But a piece of advice is coming through, and it's saying, do the things that make you feel powerful. Engage yourself in activities, especially for those of you who are creatives and idealists. I'm seeing your energy here. You have the puzzle pieces right in front of you to make this work. But it's time to go within. That's what religious factors is here saying. Instead of focusing on like what you can change in the external, really take some time to go within and think of ideas of how you can refine this idea, or refine this goal, or refine this relationship. That's what you're being guided to do. And of course, everything is free will, right? So you can choose to continue to allow this wounding, this pain, this disappointment hold you back and ultimately consume you. Because I keep getting the energy where some of you are standing in your own way. It's almost like a fear of failure, a lack of confidence, ultimately, is what this is coming from. Like, I'm here to motivate you and tell you, like, this is the universe telling you to continue to push for whatever this is. Religious factors is here. It's like you're intuitively being guided, regardless of the disappointments, regardless of things not working out the way that you maybe hoped or expected. You're being guided towards something here, and you're being guided towards this particular disappointment or this particular idea for a reason. Even if it didn't work out the first time, or even if someone in your life shut it down. You're like, why am I still entertaining this person, or why am I still entertaining this idea? Because there's still some kind of energy that's like guiding you towards it. Or not necessarily towards the disappointment, but more towards like using this to kind of push you in a new direction. Using the disappointment, using the failure, using the low vibrational energy and channeling it into new ideas that can be applied to this. Because it's like for some of you, you got it. Like you have something here. You have something that you're trying to do. You're very creative, and it gives you a sense of purpose. Like you know what you're here to do. You have a general idea of what you want to do with your life. Because some of you have been very lost, and you've recently come to a place where you've really established, like you know what you want to do. And you've tried to do it before for some of you, and it just didn't work out because it wasn't the right time. But now it's time to go within and maybe even face those fears that are holding you back from pursuing this thing that gives you a sense of purpose. Whether it's a marriage, or whether it's a job, or whether it's an art form. going back to school, you know, anything that, whatever you're thinking about right now, you're being called to pursue it. You're being called to continue to pour your love and compassion and your mind and your body and your soul, especially if this is a creative project. Especially if this is a creative project. Like, I'm seeing somebody who tried to do something that they love to do, like as a career, and it didn't work out. But you're being called to continue to push for this, especially if you're still feeling guided towards it. But that is what I'm seeing here, group 1. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can check out all of my information down in the description box below. Leave a comment down below and let me know what resonated with you and what group you were, because I'd love to know. Leave a like if this resonated with you and share with family members and friends. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye-bye. All right, group 2, this is your set of cards. Let's see what you have here. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. The Moon. New love, balance, empathy, and knowledge. Group 2, I definitely think that the luck energy is going to be flowing into your love life in particular and your relationships during this time. Especially because you have empathy, you have new love. There's a lot of emotional energy here. Balance as well. The energies of supportive and harmonious relationships are being accentuated during this time. For some of you, you may have done a moon ritual for love, and it worked. Let me just tell you, sis, it worked. And you will be seeing this very soon. It's going to sneak up on you, though. It's going to sneak up on you. It really is. Especially for those of you that have consistently turned away people. Like, time and time again, I'm seeing you turning away people because they're just not good enough for you. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest, group 2. Like, these people are just not good enough for you. They're not putting in the same amount of effort, amount of time, amount of love. Or for some of you, it's just like they're not enough to keep my attention. So somebody here definitely has a lot of options, for sure. But I feel like a lot of these options have just been kind of like meh. Like, you don't really take them too seriously. But I'm seeing where you've grown something in secret here. There's some kind of like knowledge you've been cultivating. Like, some of you have been doing your research. Let me just tell you, you've been doing your research, and I can see that for sure. For some of you, you might be kind of like training to be an empath. Like training in the spiritual arts. I'm also getting like somebody's doing night school. But someone's been doing their studying here. Somebody has been doing their research into something. Like, there's some kind of passion that you've taken up. And you've just become so obsessed with it. For some of you, like, you've become so obsessed with whatever this thing is. Because you just have so much love for it. And you just start studying it and studying it and studying it. And you've gotten to this point where it's ready, like your knowledge is ready to be, what's the word? Not expanded. I'm getting like this vibe. I'm thinking, so here's my thought process. When dandelions are ready to fly away, they take a while to get like this, right? Like, they're initially a flower, and then they eventually turn into these little seeds, which can fly away and kind of like germinate other areas. So that's what somebody's doing here. Like somebody is cultivating knowledge in order to express it to others. Becoming an expert on something so that you can share that same knowledge and information with others. So like I said, some of you may be going to school, you might be getting a certification. And you're kind of just like surrendering to the journey. Like that's what I'm picking up for some of you. Like you're just kind of, okay, this is going to take a while and I'm okay with that. Like I'm willing to dedicate the time and the effort, especially the time, because somebody's like going to school to be a doctor. And let me just tell you, it is taking some time, or a lawyer. You've been in school for a while. Some of you have been in school for a while, or you're gonna be in school for a while. For others of you, it might just be like a certification or some kind of trade. I'm not quite sure. But there is some sort of passion that someone has here for something, and you've taken a lot of time to go within, really study it, really feel the information, really apply it as well. And now, like, either some of you are coming up on graduation. Some of you may even want to be a teacher. You might be a teacher or something like that. But you're coming to this point where you're about to really just take off with something. And it's some kind of knowledge-based thing. So for some of you, you might be creating your own online program. Like I said, you might be like a teacher. Because I'm seeing where someone here shares knowledge with others. And for a lot of you, I feel as though this is like maybe occult knowledge as well, with the moon card and the angels whispering in her ear, like you might be a channeler. I'm hearing the more you know, the further you grow. Or the further you go, sorry. I totally botched that. So I'm seeing where, the more you know, like the more knowledge you have about whatever it is that you're doing here, the further you're going to expand, the further you're going to go. And that's kind of what this is saying. Like some of you are going to be connecting the dots for people in some kind of subject. I'm not quite sure what subject. Like it's going to vary for each of you. But yeah, some of you are definitely going to be kind of putting the pieces together to help others understand something. The luck energy that I'm picking up from this particular passion or endeavor that you are pursuing, there's going to be success surrounding this. It may not be the most overt success. Like this is something that's going to kind of sneak up on you. That's kind of what I'm getting with the moon card. Like some of you are going to get a new opportunity. Like maybe you recently graduated and you just land a really good job or a great internship. It may be one of those things where you get turned down by a couple of people. Like maybe you're applying for schools or something like that, and you get turned down by a few people, but you end up finding that right one because luck is on your side in this situation. So you're going to find the right one, but once again, it's not going to be very overt. It's going to be something that kind of just slides in very gently, unexpectedly. I feel like this is going to be one of those things that hits you later. You're like, oh wow, I really got lucky in that area of life. Like looking back. That's why it says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So for some of you, you might have to really just surrender with this situation, because I'm telling you, there's going to be a couple of people who either deny you, tell you no, and you might be a little discouraged. But you're going to receive some kind of acceptance letter or some kind of acceptance for a new job. Like that's where the luck energy is flowing towards whatever this is. So continue to surrender through the disappointments or through the rejections, essentially. But I'm also picking up where there is luck in your love life. Like this can be literal. Like some of you might just be meeting somebody who you're going to get married to or you're going to commit to. Like within the next 28 days. You're going to have knowledge of who this person is. If you haven't met them yet, and for some of you, and I think actually for a lot of you, you haven't. Yeah, you're going to meet somebody very new. Very new. Like you don't know who this person is for some of you. You don't know who this person is. And you've turned a lot of people down, group 2. And there's people. They just think you're so mysterious. They're like, ooh, who is group 2? I want to get to know them. I think that you're definitely going to be attracting somebody very intelligent. They may even have some kind of like occult intelligence or like secret intelligence. Like I'm picking up somebody who may have worked for some kind of like organization. Security clearance type of energy. That's kind of what this is giving me. Like somebody may work for the government. Maybe this is also applying to that particular passion that you have. Maybe somebody's trying to get into some kind of secret facet of the government or some kind of secret facet of a company, an organization. Like I'm just hearing security clearance. So somebody may be trying to score a job where there's a really high security clearance. Like the moon with knowledge. This is information people don't typically know about. Not just anybody knows this kind of information. Yeah, but I'm definitely seeing where someone here is connecting with a new love. And this is like, for some of you, this is serious because you got balance here. This is like a representation of justice in this deck. It kind of parallels that card a lot. So for some of you, I'm seeing where this is definitely somebody who's going to balance you out. They're going to be very different from people before that you've turned away. Like I'm seeing someone who's really stepping up to the plate here. Like this is where you're being blessed. The good luck that's coming your way is going to be involving somebody really stepping up to the plate and getting on your level and being on your level and being worthy. And this person is, for some of you, like if you are attracting new love or you're wanting to attract new love, I definitely think this is going to be another thing that just kind of like happens, not suddenly. I'm not really even getting a sudden energy. This is something that, once again, like you might kind of realize it like after the fact. Like you might look back on meeting this person and be like, wow, like I never expected to fall in love with you. Or wow, I never expected you to come into my life. The moon is unexpected. This is also reading between the lines. So for some of you, like your abilities are being blessed, like your psychic abilities. Maybe even your physical abilities. Like I'm seeing somebody who weightlifts or goes to the gym, getting stronger. Because somebody's really humbling themselves. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing new love coming in for a lot of you. And if you're already in a marriage, if you're already married to somebody or really committed to somebody, I see the luck being taking things deeper into your relationship, or taking things deeper, because for some of you, there's been like some problems that you've been kind of neglecting in your relationship. Like there's been things that you both have kind of swept under the table to kind of, or swept under the rug to kind of keep the peace. That's what the balance energy is telling me. Especially because some of you, like, this relationship might still be very new. Like, you don't really know this person, moon card. Like, you really don't know this person that well. You can feel them. Like, you know that they're a good person. You know that they're cool, yada, yada, yada. You've gotten deep. But, like, you haven't known this person for a very long time. For some of you, you may have, like, met this person within the past, like, month. But I'm definitely seeing where there's a lot of things that kind of get swept under the rug in order to appease either one person or both people. So I'm definitely seeing some things coming out. But it's good. It's not like a negative thing. Because you have the knowledge with the moon card. It's like the things that you... It's kind of an energy of like being able to be more comfortable with one another and not having to keep these things like from each other, or not having to like kind of beat around the bush, or, you know, tiptoe around each other's feelings. Like you can just say, hey, you know, it really hurt me the other day when you pointed out that pimple on my face, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that, it's that kind of energy. Like you're becoming more confident to be able to get deeper with your partner. That's kind of where your good luck energy is being channeled into this relationship. If it's a new relationship, it's very blessed. It's very, very blessed. And I think you're going to be seeing, if you've recently gotten into a relationship, I'm seeing where this is a very positive thing. It's going to be something that really brings you to a state of balance. This is not something that throws you off. This is harmonious. And if you're not currently in a relationship, I do see you being involved with somebody. Once again, you may meet this person in the next 28 days. And some of you may already be seeing signs because you have the moon card and empathy. So some of you are going to be meeting somebody very soon, or you're going to be receiving some kind of new opportunity very soon involving your passion, or involving like a creative endeavor that you maybe have been going to school for. Like whatever your craft is, this is your craft. This is something you have more than just a physical financial drawing to. This is something that is deeply rooted within you. You enjoy what you do. And if you enjoy what you do, and you enjoy what you're studying, and some of you, like I said, are coming up on graduation, you're finding a job right after you graduate. Maybe even before. Like some of you might even get new opportunities before you graduate. Because they're there. They're here. There's a lot of luck coming, guys. Like, you guys have a really, really positive energy here. This is really good. I feel like you have a lot of things to look forward to. You should be excited. But that is what I'm seeing here. If this reading in particular struck a chord with you, you can go ahead and check out all of my information down in the description box below if you'd like to book a personal reading. Leave a like and share with your friends, families, and strangers. But other than that, I'll see you later. Take care and have a beautiful rest of your day, Group 2. Bye-bye. Okay, Group 3, this is your set of cards. Let's see what you have here. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. The Star. Forgiving and learning, guilt, balance, and energy. Group 3, I'm seeing where all of your wishes are being fulfilled during this time. Like it's just, you're so aligned right now. You're in such a place of alignment with the balance and star card being together with energy. I feel as though a lot of you are just focusing on clearing yourself of anything that doesn't serve you anymore, any low vibrational energies that aren't really resonating with you. You know, clearing up situations that make you feel guilty, or make you feel a sense of shame, or make you feel a sense of, you know, misalignment. For some of you, you're going to be getting closure in a situation. That's kind of what I'm seeing with the guilt and the forgiving and learning. Like your blessings and your luck is going to be geared towards this energy. Especially because it's right next to the star. But because of the fact that she's pouring and it's kind of like flowing into all of these other cards, a lot of that wish fulfillment energy and a lot of that luck is going to be expanded and expressed in other areas of life too. So like I said, you just have a general overall energy of abundance and luck during this time. Like you got that magic touch, group 3. Because you've realigned yourself. You're currently realigning yourself. And you're also being presented with a straight direction now. Like some of you have a clear picture of what you want to do, who you want to be, the kind of person you want to be with. You know, you have a really strong sense of self. And because of that, you're bringing luck and abundance in all areas of life. Especially because of this forgiving and learning and guilt. Like some of you are mending some kind of situation. And that's where the luck is flowing. It's flowing into the smoothing out of this situation that either makes you feel guilty or makes you feel resentful towards somebody who might be feeling guilty. For some of you, this may be a situation involving alcohol. This may be a situation involving prison or involving jail. This may be a situation involving possessiveness. But someone is coming to a place of balance here with this situation. Like you're letting go, ultimately. You're letting go. You're finally letting go of this situation and you're truly clearing it. Because it's one thing, group 3, to say, I don't care. I don't care about this person. I don't care about this situation. But still giving it that attention. Versus truly coming to a place where you've let it go completely. Like you don't think about it. It's not in your mind. It's not something you obsess over. And now that you've come to that clear-headed place, now that you've come to that place where you can see the full picture, because you've truly detached yourself and allowed yourself to heal. Or you're currently allowing yourself to heal. You realigning with this energy is what's allowing you to see clearly and move forward to bring other blessings into your life. You're a powerhouse right now, group 3. You are a powerhouse of manifestation. I just want to tell you that. Like this is such a powerful energy, guys. Like I wish you could feel it. I'm sure you can. I mean, this is you. This is you. You're facing yourself right now. You're facing things that were once very heavy on you. And you're having that courage. You're having that strength to send those things the energy necessary in order to transmute them into your blessings. Because magic is a give and a take. You're taking the energy from this previous situation and you're channeling it into your creative projects, into your work, into yourself, into your growth. And there's people that come around and they try to tempt you back. And some of you give in and you may feel guilty about it. But overall, like you have this star card energy, so you're really working towards keeping yourself in a place of alignment. Because it's like you're recognizing this too. Like, you don't need me to tell you any of this. Like, you see that you're a powerhouse. You're seeing all the stuff that you're bringing into your life just in this short amount of time after letting this go, after allowing yourself to heal from this, allowing this to be a catalyst for you. You're coming to this place where you can truly see the full picture. You're taking that energy of pain and wounding and you're pouring it into the things that you love, guys. This is so positive. I love this energy for you guys. I really do. And I'm seeing group 3. For some of you, you might be getting your wish fulfillment through somebody coming back and maybe even begging for you. But you're not into them. Like, I'm getting the energy of somebody possibly begging and then the other person not really being about it. You may even have their friends come around and try and like manipulate you too, or not manipulate you. I don't want to say that because that's not the energy that I'm picking up. It's more of like influence, because they're not controlling you. They're just gonna try to kind of influence you to maybe get with this person or give this situation a chance or whatever. But you're on this really, really wonderful path. And you're barely starting to see the possibilities of what you're capable of. Because she's only got a little bit of her foot in the water. So you're barely seeing what you're capable of when you pour your own healing into you, rather than chaining yourself to situations that you ultimately submit to, and maybe you have submitted to them, right? And almost become a slave to. Like, for some of you, like, there was a situation, it was like a cycle. You were just a slave to this maybe individual or to this relationship or to this whatever, to the system. And now you're free. The star card is freedom. Because you've provided yourself that place, that balanced place to be able to free yourself. And that's why you're being blessed. Like, you really, I mean, you're creating your own blessings this month. You're creating your own luck. The possibilities for you, group 3, are absolutely endless. Endless. And I really want to emphasize that. Because once again, I think some of you are kind of starting to see like what you're capable of and like what you can do when you put your passion into something and when you put your all into something. And whenever you live life from a place of alignment, you're really starting to see how much it can benefit you. So it's like, even though you've manifested whatever, some kind of wish fulfillment, you're getting something here that you want. You've been pouring a lot of energy into this. And I think that this is just the beginning. Some of you are immersing yourself in something big, and it is just the beginning. Because you're finally coming to a place, group 3, where you can see your end goal. You can visually see the path of how you're going to get there. Like, it's not, for some of you, like, this is such a big goal that it's like, for a long time, it was deemed impossible in your mind. Like, you're like, oh, I'll never be able to do this. You know, I'll never be able to meet that perfect person, or I'll never be able to not meet that perfect person. Nobody's perfect, but you know what I mean. The perfect person for you, your ideal person. Or I'll never pursue that goal. You know, it was always limiting thoughts. But now you're coming to this place of like, okay, I can see if I can manifest X, Y, and Z, then I can definitely manifest this goal. So now you're physically seeing the pathway, the possibility of you getting there. And because you can see the possibility, that means that you can create it and you can make it happen. You are on to something really big here, guys. I really, really see it. Some of you are really close to meeting somebody who parallels you as well. Especially if you were trapped in some kind of abusive relationship. Like some of you were in an abusive relationship or some kind of possessive relationship with like an alcoholic. Or somebody who may have even like smothered you. Like I'm seeing somebody physically being smothered. Or drowned. Like somebody may have tried to like drown you. Or smother you. I don't know. This is not good energy. I don't know. Some of you have been in a really dark relationship. But you've gotten out of it. You've escaped this energy. And you're in this place of healing. And some of you, it's been a long time. Like this has been years that you've taken to really realign yourself. You're finally at this place of balance. And because of that, some of you are going to be meeting somebody new. Like you're in this place where you're like, okay, I've come to a place where I can heal. I think I'm ready to invest into a relationship, into a partnership. That might be a business as well. Like some of you may be manifesting that. That might be the good luck energy. You might be manifesting somebody who has just the right amount of materials that you need to be successful in whatever your field is. For others of you, you might be meeting somebody who has just the right amount of quirks to be your ideal person. But there's something big that you're manifesting. And it's whatever you're being guided to, because the star is the guiding force, right? The North Star, we think of the North Star as a guiding force. So you're being guided to invest your energy into something. And that's where you're going to be really finding your blessings, wherever you put your energy. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what this all is, right? But I think you've really hacked that system. Like I'm seeing somebody who's really broken themselves out of the matrix. And now they are just living in their own little playland of creation. Like some of you are really tapping into that creative energy and just making your own life. And it's so amazing. It is so fucking amazing. Pardon my French, but geez, group 3, this is such a great energy. Some of you are about to meet a soulmate. And you're going to connect with this person like no other. Like no other. It is just like a harmonious union. There's talking without words. But I'm definitely seeing big things coming, guys. I mean, this is the most intense energy out of all the 3 readings that I've done, all the 3 groups. This is definitely the most intense. Like you guys have some kind of project or something that you're investing into. For some of you, it's with your twin or maybe with your twin flame, someone who you feel is your twin flame or your soulmate. And there's just a lot of success surrounding it. And it's all coming from your own healing. But that is what I'm seeing here. If this reading particularly resonated with your situation, you're welcome to book a personal reading. All of my information is down in the description box below. Please let me know down below in the comment section how this reading resonated with you and what group you were. Leave a like and share with your friends, families, and strangers. But other than that, I'll see you later. Take care and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.